Michael will accept the $250,000 salary guaranteed, and the shoe will be named for Michael and our family.
What?
Yes.
Really?
Mr. Vaccaro, don't sound so surprised.
No, great decision. You're not going to regret it, and I can give you my personal guarantee.
I'm not finished.
No, yeah, excuse me, sorry, go ahead.
Now, we are willing to accept the deal and commit right away, but with one minor provision.
Name it?
It's nothing really. It's so obvious that its omission, I assume, from the term sheet was a clerical error.
I'm sure it was.
Michael will get a percentage of the revenue of the sale of each shoe that is sold.
I'm sorry?
Not all Nike shoes, just the ones with his name on them.
Oh, Mrs. Jordan, so that's not how the business works at all. I mean, I understand the assumption, but the athletes get a licensing fee. In this case, obviously, a groundbreaking fee, but they don't actually participate in the gross sales of the shoe. And because Nike's a public company, so that they can't, that would disrupt the industry, and there's a whole other set of economics around this. It's very complicated.
Yeah, I'm sure it's quite complicated.
But this way it's cleaner, because you know, and the family knows exactly what's going to come in every year.
Well, that's not his concern.
Okay.
His concern is that in order for the shoe to be meaningful, in order for young people, many not of real means, to want to go out and spend the money that they've worked all week, 2 weeks, at the mall for, then Michael has to create the meaning in that shoe. His name is on that shoe.
Yeah, so actually we think that's a benefit to him, because his likeness gets marketed by Nike.
No, his likeness, his name, is not in any way meaningful to Nike unless he scores 40 points a night, every night, beats Akeem as Rookie of the Year, makes All-Star and All-NBA team.
Okay, that would be exceptional, and you know, it is the NBA, so these are the best of the best.
Well, he has to be better. He will win championships, multiple championships, final MVPs. I know my son. All-Star selection, All-Star MVP, Defensive Player of the Year.
But ma'am, with respect, Sidney Moncrief is the Defensive Player of the Year. Adrian Dantley won the scoring title. They're not. You don't get to be Magic and Michael Cooper. It's basketball.
Yeah, but if he does it, he deserves to be compensated. You eat, we eat. That's all he's asking.
That's a fair point, but that's just not how business works. I mean, they invest the capital and they get the reward, and that's how it goes.
Well, maybe that needs to change. Because if he does what I think he's going to do, what you also think he's going to do, and what Michael knows he's going to do, then it won't be the NBA promoting my son. I promise you, it'll be the other way around. And in that case, he deserves a piece.
Mrs. Jordan, I understand what you're saying. I actually agree with you. But that's just not how it goes in this life. People like your son, people who work for a living, they don't let us own anything. We take the best we can get. And this is a great deal. This is the biggest deal this company has ever offered anyone, by far. Michael could blow out his knee next week.
Mr. Vaccaro, I agree that the business is unfair. It's unfair to my son. It's unfair to people like you. But every once in a while, someone comes along that's so extraordinary that it forces those reluctant to part with some of that wealth to do so not out of charity, but out of greed, because they are so very special. And even more rare, that person demands to be treated according to their worth because they understand what they are worth.
Or their mother does.
You purport to know a good deal about my son. You tell me. Is it me who believes in Michael, his name? Or am I just a healthy reflection of who he is and what he believes about himself? Isn't that why you came to my home?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Now I'm going to put it to you plain once again. Michael will get $250,000 and a Mercedes-Benz that will be forgotten in a year. But he gets a piece of the revenue of the shoe and all future Air Jordan shoes. A shoe is just a shoe until my son steps into it. Michael will accept the $250,000 salary guaranteed.